Dear students, in previous video I have taught you lesson 4. Lesson 4 is completed. So today we will do exercises. All of you take out your book. Open page 49 so that you can see the questions. Today we will do short answer questions. So open page 49. Question number 1. I will read out the questions and also the answers. Question number 1. State any two sources of information about the Mauryan Empire. You can write any two sources. What are the sources you know? Literary source and archaeological source. So, I have written here Arthashastra and Indica. You can write the other sources also. Question number 2. Who wrote Arthashastra? What is its importance? Arthashastra was written by Kautilya, also known as Vishnugupta and Chanakya. And what is its importance? It is a treasure house of politics, rules of diplomacy and principles of administration of Mauryan period. Then you see question number 3. What is the importance of Ashoka's edicts? Ashokan edicts provide useful insight into the life and ideals of Ashoka in particular and about the history of the Mauryan in general. Then you see question number 4. Who wrote the Indica? What does it contain? So, Indica was written by Megasthenes. What does it contain? It contains his impressions, his means Megasthenes. His impressions of what he heard and saw during his stay in India. Then question number 5. What is a stupa? Name one stupa built by Ashoka. So, first of all you have to write what is stupa. A stupa is a semi-spherical solid dome-like structure made by unburnt bricks and stones. It was built by Ashoka to enshrine the relics of Buddha. So, what was the stupa built by Ashoka? I have not written here, but you can write Sanchi Stupa. Okay, you have to write Sanchi Stupa. Name is written. When you will read the book, you can know it is written Sanchi Stupa. So, number 5, second answer is Sanchi Stupa. How did Chandragupta Maurya establish the Mauryan dynasty? Answer number 6. Chandragupta Maurya took advantage of the unpopularity of the Nandas and organized a powerful army to attack Magadha. He captured the throne of Magadha in 322 BC and founded the Mauryan dynasty. Okay? Then you see number 7. Question number 7. What is the importance of Kalinga War in the personal life of Ashoka? Kalinga War deeply touched Ashoka's conscience and he made a solemn resolve not to take up arms anymore. He stopped hunting and eating meat and abandoned the life of luxury. Then question number 8. What was the impact of Ashoka embracing the policy of Dhammaghosha? Answer. He abandoned the policy of conquest by force and ambition of victory in all directions. He embraced Buddhism and followed Buddhist principles in his state policy like non-violence and disapproval of empty rituals. Name the two texts mentioned in Edicts of Ashoka. That is number 9 question. Okay. Number 9 question. Name the two texts mentioned in Edicts of Ashoka. The two texts were Bali and Bhaga. Then question number 10. How did the king keep himself abreast with whatever was happening in his kingdom? The king had a wide network of spies in his empire. The agent was asked to collect information. The king was always kept informed of the working of the bureaucracy. Then question number 11. Name two officials who assisted the Mauryan king and which capacity? The king was assisted by the Council of Ministers, headed by Prime Minister. Each minister was responsible for his department. The chief pujari of the state called Purohito. Senapati, who advised the king on matters related to war and peace. Then question number 12. You see from your book, page 49. What is meant by Ashoka's Dhamma? Dhamma means Dharma. Ashoka's Dhamma is not a religion or religious system, but a moral law, a common code of conduct, or an ethical order which is common meeting ground of all religions. He wanted his subjects to follow such a Dhamma that may be based on the unifying principles of all major religions of the world. Then you see question number 13. Give the basic principles of Ashoka's Dhamma. Point 1. Respect for elders and love for children. Point 2. Ahimsa or non-violence. Point 3. Good deeds or good karma would give happiness to man in the next birth. Then point 4. He taught people to respect all religions. Another point also is given in your book, page 48. You can see principles of Dhamma. He disapproved empty rituals. I have not given, only 4 points I have given you, because the mark will be 2 marks. So for 2 marks you can write at least 2 to 4 sentence. Then question number 14, the last short question. What was the impact of Dhamma on Ashoka's policies. So you can write about religious unity, moral value, end of crimes, public welfare. But you have to write the sentences also. That is why I have given you religious unity means you have to write the sentence also. People belonging to different religions followed their emperor's policy of religious tolerance. Okay? Then moral values. People under the influence of Dhamma started living a moral life. Here only 2 points and 2 sentences I have given you. Like that you write all the answers from question 1 to question number 14. All the answers you have to write in your notebook and read properly. Read the lesson also once again according to the syllabus. Then you read and write the question answers. Okay?